louder than weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Etienne once more. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet, and the single gold stripe running from front to back. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. On play action, Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 19-yard line. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This time they'll throw it with Howell. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeJuan Smoot getting in there, recording the sack. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. They'll go play action. Howell. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Josh Allen providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off play action, it's Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Washington. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And the numbers on the next-gen stats tells us the story. He tacked on better than 40 yards after that initial contact. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. They begin the drive with Robinson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Second down and a run by Robinson. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. This will be caught by Brown. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Agnew now to return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it, a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jamal Agnew, 84 yards. And the Jags have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. 3rd and long, here's Howell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Etienne up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Lawrence to throw. finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield now, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. Back to the ground with Etienne. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 39 yards. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it's unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Thomas brings it in. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Faking the handoff. Howell. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd down. Howell now. He's going to try and go deep again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out.
He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On the return, here's Agnew. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Pushes him up. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and a yard, Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very solid gain of 27. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they go play action with Howell. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Lawrence. Looking right sideline, that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now Lawrence on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence under pressure, and they got to him again. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it will set him back for 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Play action. It's Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Hey, exit.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's Howell. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Powell to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He's going to let it fly. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. Let's go. Now Etienne to start the drive. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Throwing now, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.